Just see if I can get this camera angle right. Don't want the camera falling off. What is going on? Oh, let's see. Right. Hello and welcome in. Today is Tuesday the 26th. It's late on the evening. As you can hear, I've still got a bit of a croaky throat. I've had tonsillitis, glandular fever, all sorts of everything for the last week. So talking hasn't been my strongest point. Haven't been able to really speak much. So we're going to do an energy check-in. I have done a lot of personal readings over the last 2 or 3 days. And the scorpionic energy has been extremely strong in these readings. The secrets, long time standing things from childhood issues. So that's like a lot of childhood shadows are coming back up. The healing's all been there. There's been lots of things with this kind of what we have laid to bed is now coming because we don't need it. The universe is kind of showing you things, so things are going to finally be seen, even though you don't want it no more. Hello Lefty. Hello Andrea. Hi, how are we? Hope everybody's doing great. It's quite late here in England right now, but I was trying to get to sleep. I'm normally asleep because I haven't been well, and it was like, no, get it out there. I think I've done 4 readings today, and every single one of them, that Scorpio energy, that somebody's moved on and now the truth's going to be seen. Something to do with this, the retrograde, the old issues, the old past is coming back, but with those who are on a balanced step forward and breathe and release, it's been a while. Hiya Jack. I've not been off and on for the last 5-6 weeks. It's almost been impossible for me to be able to get here. I've done the odd reading in between, but it's been a week since I was here. I come down with tonsillitis I was fine on the Tuesday morning. By Tuesday evening, I was completely conked out, took me out, glandular fever, all sorts. Chicken pox was going around, so at first they thought it could be shingles or something, but here we go. Right, there's the first deck shuffled, second deck, here we go. So let's see what the message is, because I've got a feeling it's very scorpionic energies coming in. I know we have got a full moon coming in, is it? Yeah, a new moon on Saturday. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. I'm almost back to feeling great. Almost there. I literally couldn't eat for like up until yesterday. The swelling and the soreness. I've never had glandular fever and tonsillitis at the same time. It was absolutely horrendous. Right, let's see what the message is. What's the message? What's the message coming in? What's the strong energy of the message that is coming in? We want 2 from this card deck, please. And there we go. We have 2 that have dropped down. The Observer. Well, that's a 49. 9 and a 4. Which is 9. Which is a 13 down to a 4. Creating stability. Seeing things from a different perspective. The here and now, which is a 5. So you could have changed your here and now with the lessons from the past. Look, there we go. We have the past and we have the future. There's some kind of balance and change that you've changed. You're kind of quite happy where you are, sitting on this egg, sitting in this position of moving forward. What does that flag say there? You are here. So you are happy being where you are. It is. You are happy being where you are right now. And because you're happy, the past is no longer relevant. The future you're not worrying about. Past is where we have depression. Anxiety is the future. We are just happy living. Happy living, doing the things, observing everything that is going on with no animosity, with no cares, desires, or too much like forceful energy. Just allowing that process of allowing to come in and out is very much with us. Let's see what the native spirits, what the ancestors are saying about the energy that's coming around right now and why this is a good energy. Spirit of the Keeper of the East, and we have Warrior of the Heart. So Warrior of the Heart comes underneath the Observer. So you're observing things. So a lot of things could be coming in. Battles from the old. Exactly. The battles of the old here. The battles of the old, things that used to pull on your heartstrings, maybe coming back, or situations, you revisiting those kind of places, those childhood wounds, issues, that kind of thing, may all be coming back, but only maybe in your mind's eye, or things could be triggering those memories, and you're kind of being the observer in the situation. Now that you can look at it from a different angle, you're understanding that the depression that you was in and the anxiety of looking forward, you're just happy being here and now. You're happy to be where you are, considering where you've come from. Looking back on the past and on the situations means that you can see it from a different angle, and it's kind of looking from that third eye, the bird's eye view. You're looking over the situation. You're understanding the cycles that you've been through. Spirit of the keeper, spirit keeper of the east. Spirit keeper of the east. Let's get a little analogy of what that one means, and then we will go into the deeper cards. Spirit keeper of the east, spirit keeper of the south, the north, the east. Spirit keeper of the east. It means new beginnings. There we go. Straight under the here and now. No more depression of the past. No more anxiety of the future. Living in the here and now. The change has happened within you because you are now ready for a new beginning. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. Wipe the old slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. No matter whatever has happened in your past, it does not need to repeat in your future. The cycles is what I said. The warriors of the heart, the pain of the heart. You've observed it, you've looked at it, and because you're going from the observing standpoint rather than being dragged back into that whirlwind of that pool, you've kind of got that learning essence from above. So it's very much on a higher energy. This is very much you're standing in your higher divinity. There's a higher energy of learning here, higher energy of what has gone on. I understand it more now, and even if I don't understand it, I don't need to know it. And that's normally when you don't need to know, that is when you know, or when the universe shows itself. So Melly Mermaid cards, give me two. The awareness is here. You completely have the observer energy and the awareness of what has happened, why this has happened, how it's happened, your awareness of yourself, your self-awareness. And having that self-awareness of this is no good for me anymore. I was the one that maybe held myself down. My energy is the one that kept me restrained. I can see why these patterns and cycles happened. Is an awareness that gives you a higher standing. That's part of the evolution of growth and awakening to who you are, and knowing that the cycles we've come from are not necessarily, so the here and now, breaking free of the cycles, and happy living in the here and now. No more past, no more future. We are only living in the present. So it's something very much about being grounded, staying in your grounded energy. Do not let the past drag you in. Scorpio energy is very deep, emotional energy. It can sometimes be secrets as well, especially with this new moon. New moons can be kind of a new way of seeing yourself. Now, because it's brought in with an eclipse, the eclipse is kind of the shadows of yourself that you're finally being able to see, which is what this is saying. You've finally been able to see who you are. The patterns and the cycles that you got into is giving yourself a better understanding, a better awareness of who you are, which means the pain and the cycles of the past aren't never going to be repeated. And it's just kind of confirmation that anything that comes up from the past, or these hurts or these belief systems that we had, when it's shown, it might be, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I think that negative mindset that we was put in, or the narcissist that we've had around, the old cycles of how we was raised, how we was made to believe that maybe we wasn't good enough or wasn't worthy, were illusions. And they wasn't cast in stone. They weren't cast in anything real other than somebody else's pain and their unawareness of what was going on around them. So there's a higher learning. The higher learning is here. So behind the veil is you have finally understood who you are. So let's see what comes in with this eclipse and this new moon. What is it? Is it the new moon in? I know we've just had the new moon in Libra. What's the next one coming in? I haven't actually looked. I can't even remember what. I knew I looked earlier and I can't remember what it said. Either which way, the eclipse energy is here on Saturday, and that's going to be a really bright energy for you to see within you. The eclipse, the kind of shadow, the moon, the illusions of who you were is going to move over for you to really shine that light in that darkness of who you are. So it's kind of, this is internal. This is all internal. And when you deal with things on the internal, it means externally things come to you. Yeah, look, Ace of Swords, before I had to see it, I've got to say it. The Ace of Swords comes out. Clarity. The second you see within, so without. You see it within, you feel it within, you accept it within, and the external then shows itself to you. Makes complete and utter sense. So, let's see, what is this message? What is the message in regards to staying this grounded energy and really valuing? We said, look, second card, confirmation in new beginnings. This is a new cycle. We had the new cycle. The Spirit Keeper of the East is all about the new cycle. There's moving into this new energy. The native spirits, the ancestors are saying to you, you have broken free. You have broken free of the karmic cycles. You have dealt with the depression, anxiety, and understand that we only ever have the here and now. And you are finally ready to move into your new beginnings. And the first tarot we have is the Fool. Stepping out, stepping onto a pathway that has that's never been stepped on before. You're experiencing life from a perspective you've never had it before. You're seeing life from a position and a standpoint that you've never been to before. You're kind of like rather than the gatekeeper, you're like the trailblazer. You're making your own path. You're stepping in your own direction. You're creating your own vibe. The Hermit, because the wisdom of your learning and the awareness that you've been through by being the observer, really taking note of what's been going on, is now starting to show you the lessons are being put into practice. Why is this all happening? Oh, okay. Why is this all happening? Structure has been rebuilt here with power. We have the King of Swords and that's it, Gemini. That was it, yeah. So we have, look, and as we says Gemini, we have the King and Queen of the air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. As it was said, it's shown. So all this energy with the Gemini moon coming in, we're going to find power and structure in who we are. The wisdom of the past, the new beginning is here. There is a couple here. A couple who have learnt lessons. This could just be you grounding your internal knowing, having the power to cut people out, but also having, it is having just that knowing. It's having that discernment. You have discernment beyond belief now. So bottom of the deck, then we have the Knight of Swords. Something spontaneously is coming in. Keep vigilant with the energy, and this is the Scorpionic energy that I was seeing. It could be quite freeing, whatever comes in with the Three of Wands. But movement, whatever it is, whatever this energy is, you're moving away from it. You don't need it. You don't want it. So because you don't need it and want it, it's going to get shown. Let's clarify the Fool. What's the new beginnings? We have the Nine of Wands, determination. What's the Hermit? We have motivation. What's the Ace, the Queen of Swords? We have the Ace of Cups. What's the King of Swords? We have the Eight of Wands. So the determination to really get away from who you was and heal and get some kind of understanding to who you are. Your determination has brought this in. You're going to finally see you are the reason. You are the reason is what I'm singing in my head. The song is there. It's loud and it's coming through. I can't sing because my voice has only just come back. The wisdom of keeping going. The wisdom of being able to really push forward is giving you the motivation. Thank you there, Jack. Thank you. So yes, we've got a couple of weeks for that to come in, but this is all starting with the eclipse. This is kind of coming in with the eclipse, seeing who you are, seeing the shadows of the past being brought in, and then I think it's really going to start to kind of show itself by mid-May. But for me, this comes in around about the 30th. Or from now to the 30th, or 30th to then. This is the energy anyway. The power of dealing with your emotions. So if you were somebody who was over emotional, you've learned how to not be emotionally dependent, codependent. If you was very cold and defensive because of the pain, you've learned how to open up emotionally. The King of Swords with that discernment and structure is going to bring in some kind of Eight of Wands energy. This could be from the divine, from the universe. Your intuition is going to get litty. You're finally having some massive downloads come in. Or this could be of a verbal communication from a 3D source. However it is, resonates to you, take it as you find it. Let's see where we're going next. We're going to go with the Gilded Tarot. So we're going to do 2 more lines of clarification, and we're going to see if we can get what the answer is here. So what's the answer? Whatever is your question. So if you have a question, think about your question. What comes next? What am I in line for? Is this bringing something in? Well, if you're happily single, grounded energy, the Lovers, look what we don't see. There's some kind of situation in the love situation that's moving forward, or just the knowing. The knowing is here. Right, let's see. Oh, we've got it flying. We've got it flying. So, eclipse energy, the Emperor, taking that stance, taking that stand to the new beginning, having the determination. You have finally shown up in your Emperor energy. You are raising your vibration that high. You are now knowing. You are the knowing. You are the Emperor, having the strength here, the motivation, the wisdom. You have the strength to face any kind of adversity that comes in your way. The wisdom has shown you, you've been here, you've done it, you can do it, and keep going. Let's see what this Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups. What's the Queen of Swords talking about with this emotion card we have too? It's just emotions taking me over. Okay, so with the weekend coming in, maybe this could even bring up some old memories. We've got the Seven of Swords and we've got the Four of Pentacles. So holding on to something in the past. This is holding on to an illusion. Maybe you have to cut out. You have the power to release the emotions from the past. Not having to keep looking back on this flame that burnt you, on those Two of Swords that you left behind. Having the ability to finally walk away. Now, some people call that a connection to the a twin flame card, because it's the flame that you've left behind with the Two Swords, not knowing. The Four of Pentacles, holding on to something. Maybe you're holding on to the past, holding on to the illusion, holding on to that Two of Swords, which is that blinding energy. And with the Scorpio energy coming in May, if you are holding on to this in the eclipse, it's going to be released, because the Scorpio energy is one of a deep, and because it's in retrograde, and we're going into retrograde in the next week or so, which the energy is going to start coming in, things from the past are going to start showing, which makes more sense. So this is why keeping grounded, knowing who you are. Do not let the past give you anxiety, depression. Do not worry about what's coming. Therefore, you're going to be able to really handle this kind of Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords energy that you might be feeling internally. So you might be maybe too defensive with your emotions, so you need to really sit back and ground here, just because something in the past might have rumbled you without realizing you could be holding on to it. Could be holding on. So let's see what's the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands saying. What's the communication? King of Pentacles. So the information you're going to be getting is a long time received. It's something to do with the fact you've been through these cycles. It's that grounding energy. It's learnt. It's somebody who's got a lot of passion. Passion bottom of the deck. So if you're feeling a bit like left out in the cold and a bit like bored and oh my god, I can't see what's coming, the Two of Cups there, we've got the Ace of Cups there. So if you're like, I'm not gonna meet this soulmate, when's it gonna happen? Because of the Scorpio energy that comes in, because it's somebody from the past might come back in and just trigger you. An old situation might come back to trigger you. You have the ability to understand now. Do not let this drag you in. This is saying stay in the observer energy, stay in the here and now. Do not run away from the energy of where you are and the learning that you've felt, because sometimes in the eclipse, like I said, it can give you a glimpse of the past. Hiya, Jessica. Hope everybody's well. Right, let's see. So to me, there's passion. Let's see what this passion's about. Let me just... What's this? Okay, I've just seen Justice. So, let's see. What's this passion? I'm going to bring 4 out. Four for the passion. King of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Star. So somebody here has the discernment to be able to move forward now. Things can be a lot more balanced. You have the ability to kind of transform. You are your own wish fulfillment, and the passion and power that you have is all within you. You have this power. You have you are your own wish fulfillment, and it's all in your hands. You kind of got the whole world in your hands. You got the whole world in your hands here. You can make it through this. It might just be a little blip of an energy, that kind of a thought, or like you say, something from the past comes up. It could be something to do with an ex, a situation, an emotion, a feeling. But don't forget who you are. You have changed. So somebody might come back and say, well, you haven't really changed. Why are you trying to put boundaries up now that was never there in the past? Or a job comes back up. Well, you haven't got a job. Maybe you could take this one. You're thinking, well, no, I'm better than that now. Well, who do you think you are? Kind of challenging who you are. And maybe this is the illusion. Well, don't hold on to the pain of what somebody who you used to be. You are not who they think you are. You are you. And you live in that divinity daily. You have the ability to change. You have changed. Some people don't. And sometimes the past comes to haunt us just to try and knock us off our block. Don't forget, when there's a lot of dark energies that come towards you, it's because normally greatness is in its way. So all these dark, imagine you've got this the gate at the bottom of a pathway. And this path, and behind this gate is your future. And it's bright, and it's everything that you wanted. Now, on the last bit of the trail, you've done all your battles, you're weary, you're tired, you've got to the other end. Stay balanced, stay grounded, you're kind of riding through the field on your horse. You know, that King of Pentacles energy. It's been a long journey, it's weary, it could be a bit emotional because of the moon cycles. And then all of a sudden, these energies of dark people coming in, or past, or situations, or emotions, they are trying to block you from that doorway. They're trying to block you from where you're meant to be. Do not allow that to put you off at the last minute and suck you back in. All right, let's see. Let's see. Any words of wisdom? Any words of wisdom? Singing words of wisdom. Let it be. Nourishment. The waving crescent is here to show you some nourishment. 7. That is a 7 card. Surrender to the divine, surrender to the understanding, stay within your divinity and keep following the light. The monk here has got, I will show you the cards in 1 second. One more, please. Because new beginnings, the new moon, and that is what we have got on the 30th. That is clarification, if ever I saw it. Nourish who you are. Surrender the past. You are not that person. You don't come from that place. And the final card here is the is beginnings with the new moon. And look, there is that archway. That is the archway we're trying to get through. And before we can get through that, all those evil spirits, all those old situations, all those old past cycles may come up to try and haunt you. That is a 2. Don't let it. We've got this. And there's, look, behind it, we have the new moon. We have the new moon. How fabulous. Bottom of the deck. Stay within your peace. Expect the unexpected. Things are going to blossom. Things are going to blossom. It's going to be a good energy feel. It's a good energy feel. What else do we want to do? Lastly, let's get a couple of the, those of you on the twin flame or relating to this. Where are we on this journey with this? Where are we? How do we associate what's going on? How do we associate what's going on here? Where are we on this cycle? Let's see. What is this new beginning? Surrendering, surrendering. So surrender the nostalgia. So like I said, the past could come in, which is holding that pain in your heart. Surrender this. Surrender the nostalgia of the past, because that could be the kind of part of you that is still holding on, or that may come back. Some kind of nostalgic thoughts may come back from the past. The conclusion, surrender the outcome. Surrender the outcome. The lock and the key, what is meant to be will be. And let's see what is going to come with this new beginnings. What's the new moon with the beginnings? With the twin flame cards. What is the surrender? Surrender it. Mirroring. Mirroring. Surrender it. The new beginning is showing a mirror to self. So this could be everything that you have decided to run away from. Those things that are trying to stop you going through the gate could just be mirroring all of the insecurities, which is why do not hold on to them. Do not hold on to those old swords, those old anxieties, the belief system that you're not worthy. Because it kind of feels as though there could be something that, especially with the Scorpio energy that comes in from anything between the eclipse to then, that could maybe try and drag you in a little bit. Stay focused, stay with it, stay present, and hopefully I can come back tomorrow. My voice seems to be getting a little bit stronger. So on that note, I'm going to say good night. Lovely to see you all. Stay present, stay calm, stay collective, stay blessed. Smooches.